I'm down in my laundry room. If you hear the washer and dryer going, that's because they are. And this is my extended pantry that I talk about, and it's really quite disorganized, honestly. I've been trying to work through it, eat through the foods and such, but now we're going to have to empty out that furnace closet and make room down here on these shelves for everything that's in that closet. So I'm going to work on consolidating these things, even if they don't match the labels, going through and checking expiration dates, and eating through the foods that are past date or getting ready to be past date. So let's get busy organizing these shelves. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to film in this corner, but I will do my best. Got pretty much everything consolidated onto this one shelf, other than just a few things over here on these bottom two shelves. So I've got this half shelf here, this whole shelf here, and pretty much this whole shelf here. These are just empty boxes that I might need to stack things. So I'm thinking we'll just put the stuff out of my pantry upstairs, my furnace pantry. The stuff that I use a lot we'll put on these shelves. The other things that I don't use very much, we'll just box them up and put them in the vintage room where all of my things out of the kitchen are going to have to go. So got this job done, and nothing was really out of date that I could see. And yeah, we need to start eating more of this stuff. I think we need to do more of like fruit. So maybe I'll make a big old fruit salad to take to Easter breakfast Sunday. I'm gonna make some muffins, and I'll take some of these canned fruits and I will make a big old fruit salad. That's what I'll do. And because there's a lot of canned fruit back there that needs to be used up. Don't mind the noise, it's my tea kettle getting hot. But I'm going to put together that Jello salad. One of you asked if I would share the recipe, so that's what I'm going to do. Don't mind the looks of this. It's been used and used and used. That's why it's all stained up. I got this recipe from a lady at church, and it's called Christmas salad. I will have it, the recipe written out in the description box below, because this is, well, maybe I can take a picture of it and you can just copy it down yourself. That might be easier. Into this bowl, I'm going to put 1 box of Jello, and this is the family size 6 ounce. If you can only find the 3 ounce, you're going to need 2 boxes. And to this, you're going to add 1 cup of boiling water, and you're going to stir it until the Jello is dissolved, just like you would any other type of Jello. Got 1 cup of boiling water here. And then the recipe just says after the Jello is dissolved, you add all of the other ingredients. Now the cold liquid that you put in this is the juice. In this thing I had 1 large can of crushed pineapple and 2 cans of mandarin oranges draining. So I'm going to, Percy is having a meltdown for whatever reason. I don't know. It calls for 1.5 cups of the juice that you've drained off. So there's 1.5. Almost all of the juice from those fruit. Mix that in really well. So then at this point, you're going to use a spatula. And in this bowl, I have 1 can of cranberry sauce, the jellied cranberry sauce, beaten up. So you add this to the bowl. Mix that in real well. Now the recipe only calls for 1 can of mandarin oranges, but I like it extra fruity. That's why I put 2 cans in. I've always put 2 cans in, and it's always worked out just fine. So that is the 2 cans of mandarin oranges, the 1 can of crushed pineapple, and it's the large can. Then I've got a cup of chopped pecans that I have toasted on the stove. You don't have to toast them. I just really like the way toasted nuts taste. So that is it. That's all that you put in this Jello salad. I'm going to transfer this to a nice serving bowl. During my grocery haul, one of you noticed that the cranberry sauce looks like the label was put on upside down, because this is like the bottom of the can, or I mean the top of the can, and this would be the bottom of the can. And you're right, it is on upside down. I don't know why they do that. Like every brand of cranberry sauce, whether it's the jellied or the one that's got the whole fruit in it, the labels are always on upside down, and I have absolutely no idea why they do that. But good catch, good observation. So this is the bowl, pretty bowl. I'm going to put this in, and it should all fit because I've used this bowl for this Jello in the past. I just want to get it in there without slopping it everywhere. Oh yeah, it's going to fit. It doesn't look like it will fit, but it does. You just stick this in the refrigerator overnight, and it'll be delicious and beautiful, and it's a family favorite. Everybody in the family really likes this Jello salad. So that's it. It wasn't very hard, and really I can't really call it cooking. It's just basically throwing a bunch of stuff in a bowl and putting it in the fridge. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, Easter Monday, and Olivia is not in school today. I think it's because she goes to a Catholic school, and the Monday after Easter is a big day for the Catholic Church, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, she is off today from school, and it's actually her last full week of school for her first year. I can't even believe the year has gone by already. This week, she basically has just a few classes that are actually meeting, but she has a bunch of projects that are due. And then next week, she only has one day of school, and she has 2 finals that day. So it's going to be a hectic week and a half for her, but then she'll be done for several months till she goes back in August. So looking forward to seeing what her final grades are. She's struggled a little bit this semester. She finished the first semester with a 4.0 grade point average. I don't think she's going to make 4.0 this time because of one class that she's really been struggling with, but you just never know what the final score is going to be. Hey, what are you barking about? Percy. Shh. We've got these windows almost completely blocked, and yet they can still, I sounded very southern there, they can still see what they think they can see. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. Ours was very relaxed. We had Easter breakfast at church, so we had to get there early. And it was a lovely breakfast, and then we had a very lovely service. And then we came home, and we had kind of decided, since the guys especially ate a lot for breakfast. Olivia and I didn't eat a whole lot at the breakfast, but the guys really stuffed themselves. They were not going to be hungry for the Easter dinner, Easter big meal in the middle of the day. So we kind of had our regular supper time, 5 o'clock meal, which was nice. Scott and I sat here and watched a couple of movies we hadn't seen in a very long time. In fact, I didn't remember a whole lot about them. We had them on disc, on DVD, and it was Diary of a Wimpy Kid and then Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2, and they were so hilarious. Obviously we'd seen them before because we had the discs, but they were so good, so funny. But Travis and Olivia weren't really interested in watching them, so they went and did their own thing. But Scott and I sat here and watched those movies, and I had done most of my cooking for the meal the day before on Saturday, so all I really had to do was do the potatoes and then warm up the ham and the dinner rolls, and then supper was ready. So we had a very yummy supper. So yeah, anyway, we had a really lovely Easter, and I hope you guys all did as well. Today, I really don't know what I'm going to get up to. Like I said, Olivia doesn't have school today. I have some things I need to do, but I'm feeling kind of sleepy today. I'm not really sure why. Just kind of draggy and sleepy, and been having a hard time getting motivated. I've already had my coffee and everything this morning. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do today. I do have one project I need to get done, and eventually I think I'll get to that in this video. And I'm really kind of looking forward to Mother's Day, which is only 3 weeks away. Can you believe it? Mainly because after Mother's Day is when it's safe for us to plant outside here, and I'd really like to get my flowers planted and things like that. So kind of looking forward to that. Hopefully we don't have any like super cold weather anymore. You just never know in this area, but usually it's completely safe after Mother's Day to plant where we live. We don't have to, we might have some chilly nights, but they won't get down below frost levels. So anyway, Yeah, that's about all I had to chit chat and talk about at the moment. So I'll pick you back up when I am doing the next thing. All right, what I want to get done today is, these are my marigolds that I started from seed, and these are my tomatoes. And I want to get them transplanted into bigger cups. These are the cups I had my peas. Now pea pods are in. So I'm going to just use these cups. I'm probably be able to transplant, or actually plant, all of these things into the garden in about 3 weeks or so. And so I want to give them more room to grow in the meantime. I tell ya, I have been struggling today with getting motivated to do anything. Really sleepy, crazy sleepy. But this little pod had 4 plants in there. I guess I'll divide it in half. Well, let's see, what can I do here? Go. Just one of those days that I just have felt super lazy. I guess it's okay to have days like that once in a while. I'm transplanting these upstairs in the kitchen because where I had it set up downstairs, it's full of boxes. I'm going to have to do more packing of my stuff, get my stuff packed up starting this week. Probably get started on it tomorrow. And of course, I'll have you guys along with me for that. We still don't have any kind of an ETA on when the repairs can get started, so. I've got one tray full and I ran out of potting soil. I still have a few plants in there, but I'm not going to be able to do these today, obviously, because I don't have any more soil. But at least I got most of them transplanted. Get these back down under the grow light, and I'll be in town on Wednesday, and I can stop and pick up some more potting soil and finish out the rest of these. Well, hello guys. Today I am going to take down my Easter decor, get it all boxed up and put away, and then I'm going to start taking the decor down in my kitchen and boxing it up. We still do not have an estimate on when repairs will begin, but I want to get done. I want to get everything boxed up and out of the way in plenty of time. So that's what we're going to work on today. That's all of my Easter decor. I do know that I have a few pieces that were on the shelves above my fireplace that got boxed up with just everything else on the night that the tree hit our house. So when all the repairs are done and I'm going through all those boxes of things, I know I'm going to find some more Easter decor that's going to have to be put in the correct bin. But at this point, I'm not worried about that. So I'm just going to get this stuff all boxed up, and then I'm going to try getting as much of my kitchen decor boxed up as possible.
paw his face.
What are they doing?
That is really weird.
They're so happy you're home. Let me change out this wreath on the front door, and then we'll go out and do a little check on my peas. I haven't been out there for a few days to see what they look like. Gonna put my summer wreath on the door. I love this wreath. I made this in a DIY several years ago. And I really like it. Alright, let's go see what the plants are doing outside. I found out that tarragon, you can see is my shadow, tarragon is a perennial. So that's what that is. That came back. Doesn't look like anything else in this plant box survived, which is fine. I didn't really expect it to. The mint still hasn't come back. I don't know if it's going to. Chives. Chives are doing well. Hi, Bobo. Bo's been enjoying this nice weather. He spends more time outside than he does inside these days. Don't you, buddy? This hasn't changed much since last week. Columbine's still looking good. That one back there, it had a problem last year. It had some kind of a weird disease or something. I don't know what it was. And I'm surprised it even came back at all this year. And here are the peas. There's the one I planted. It's sprouting. Somehow it got unearthed. Put a little bit of soil around it. The ones I transplanted, they're not dead. I mean, I think they might actually be looking a little better. So that's good. I think next year I'm just going to plant them directly into the soil. I'm not going to try the whole transplanting thing because I was hoping to get a head start on them, and it's just not, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I will when it's all said and done. Have a bit of a head start, but they're looking pretty bedraggled, so I don't know. We shall see. I just love to eat sweet peas straight from the pod, you know, pick them and eat them without shelling them, so pod and all, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm looking forward to that. Alright friends, that is it for this video. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up the camera again tomorrow, start vlogging for Friday's video. I think we have managed to get plenty of footage, you and I together, for today's video. So we will let you go and we will pick you back up tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to get into tomorrow. Oh, I do know what I'm going to get into tomorrow. I am going for my massage, and I think I'm going to go over to Twice Treasured after and thrift a little bit, get out of the house and thrift a little bit. Olivia does not have any classes tomorrow, so she might come with me. I don't know. But anyway, maybe I'll do a little bit of a shop with me, thrift with me in Twice Treasured, and get on with our adventures for this week. It's going to be kind of a laid back week, which I am thankful for. I need a relaxing, non-stressful week, that's for sure. Alright friends, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will see you on Friday.